Hello once again, my name is Imita. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Code with Imita. This video is going to be dedicated to part 2 of inheritance. Yeah, part 2 of inheritance. Part 1 was recently uploaded. This is part 2 of inheritance. So here, these are our, we just say they are milestones. This is what we have to achieve. We should, by the end of this video, we should know what method overriding is, what the @override annotation is, what the super keyword is, and what constructors are. Yeah, we should know them explicitly, so very good that we can sing them at any time. There's nothing embarrassing like not knowing your thing in coding. Should know what you're doing. Okay, perfect. So right now, I want us to define what method overriding is. Okay, method overriding is when a child class can change the contents of a. So this is what I'm reading, guys. Method overriding is when a method is when a child class, can change the contents of a method inherited from another class. So that's just it in theory. Of course, we're going to code and show you guys how this is all done. So why is method overriding used? Method overriding is used out there because, just think of this, we sometimes as developers, not even sometimes, we want to, for instance, if I have a class called animal and a class called zebra, okay, I can give the details of an animal, right? I can give the details of an animal, such as the animal is a herbivore, the animal is brown in color. You see those details. So now we do not want to create another method and say and repeat what the previous method said and then add content. No, we want to reuse. Okay, we're going to use the exact method that was initially created. So let's just jump into it, guys. Let's just code. So I'm going to create a method here, okay? Public void. Then I'll say, as I said, details of animal. So basically here I want us to say the animal has stripes and is, I really wonder if zebra is a herbivore. I'm not sure, but I think it is. I'm not sure, guys. The animal has stripes and is a herbivore. Okay, so that's a method. So we're going to change the content of this method inside the zebra class. So how are we going to do that? So for starters, I want us to copy this guy and come here, paste that guy here. So it's highlighting us. That is not an error. It's giving us a highlight that, yo, something is up here. So normally without inheritance, that method was going to be treated normal, guys. Like literally, that method was going to be treated normal, regardless of us having the same exact method in another class. It was going to be treated as normal without inheritance. But with inheritance here, it's highlighting something. Okay, And please make sure, oh guys, a lot of people make this error. Please make sure the naming is exactly the same. Make sure naming is very important in programming. Please make sure the naming is exactly the same, because check this, I changed the lowercase letter L to uppercase letter L. Now it's treating the method like it's a normal method, all because of that. So please guys, make sure it's like this. Okay, so now it's highlighting. Why is it highlighting? It's identifying that no, this method already exists in what, in the class that you are inheriting from. So zebra is inheriting from animal, so we are being told that no, the same method that you are creating here is inside the class that you are inheriting from. So we come here and we add the override annotation. So right now we've covered these two. Method overriding and at override annotation. So with the at override annotation, we are now able to change the content of the same method, but it's not like it's going to originally change from where it was originally created. No, 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 no. It won't change. It will still stay the same originally. It's just changed inside this class. So now the animal has stripes and is a herbivore. So I'm going to change this and say I am a zebra. So now I want us to display this and see whether or not the content changed. So the zebra is created, and let's also create the animal object. So now I want us to say animal dot details and zebra dot details. So we fully agree that these two methods are exactly the same when it comes to their names. When it comes to their names, they are exactly the same. So when we run this, we are seeing two different outputs. And that is because we overrode the initial method. The initial method was that the animal has stripes and is a herbivore. Then the method was now changed. The content of the method was changed to I am a zebra. So basically it's answering what the animal class was saying. I am a zebra. So yeah, that's it when it comes to method overriding. Literally. So you can't use method overriding without having the annotation at override. You can't use that. Okay. So now I want us to jump to the super keyword and constructors. This is a very exciting topic for me. Super keyword and constructors. So let's just remove this guy. What is a constructor? Let's take a look at this. A constructor is a special method that is ran when the object is created. So let me explain this statement. A constructor is a method. It's a normal method, but it's different. It's the same way you create a method, but the difference between a constructor, it can't be void, nor can it be a return type. You do not say void, you do not say, I don't know, string, int. No, you just say public and wara wara. You do not include the void or return type. So that's what's different when it comes to constructors and what, and methods. So right now I want us to create a method. How do we create a method? Sorry, a constructor. A constructor, it should be, the name of the constructor should be exactly the same animal. the name of the constructor should be exactly the same as the name of the method. The name of the constructor should be exactly the same as the name of the method. So if I come here and I say the animal has stripes, I come here and I say the animal has stripes. So you know how every time we create a method, we should call that method. That's the normal, programming logic. That when we create a method, we should call the method. But when it comes to constructors, this is a different case. With constructors, there is no need for you to call the constructor. Okay? There is no need for you to call the constructor. So, mind you, zebra has no constructor. It has nothing. All it did is that it inherited from what? From the animal class. So when we come here, we're expecting this, the animal has stripes. So let me explain. One error that you can make is that you can say the zebra class inherited the constructor, the animals, the constructor that belongs to the animal class. No, that is very wrong. In programming, a constructor cannot be inherited. The only thing a child class can do to a constructor is to call the constructor, not to inherit. There's no such thing as the class inherited the constructor. It just called the constructor. Okay? Cool. So now, I want us to create this guy. What is this? This is a constructor. Why is it a constructor? We have to identify why this is a constructor. It's because it has the same name as the class name. Correct. So now I want us to say I am a zebra. So the fascinating thing about constructors is that you do not have to call them inside the main class. Right now we're expecting two outputs here. The animal has stripes and I am a zebra. Okay? Perfect. So that's just what a constructor is in a nutshell. We are going to go deeper now. I hope you were able to keep up with what I was saying, what a constructor is, how to create a constructor and all those things. So now let's dive deeper, guys. I want us to have parameters. We know what our parameters are. We know what our parameters. What parameters are. We know. Let's say type, string type. What type of animal is this? Okay, let's say comma. We know that a method can have more than one parameters. It can have thousands of parameters. Then let's just have fun and say animals have age, I don't know if they actually do in real life, but let's say a zebra. Let's give, so the animal class is providing properties of the animal. So every animal has a type: herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. Those are the types of animals, right? Then age, they can have different ages. Others can be young, others can be old, yeah. So when we come to the zebra class, we should get an error. If you do not get an error, there is something wrong with your code. You should get an error because now there's something that is making the compiler to complain. The constructor from the animal class that the zebra class is trying to call when we run the program is that it has parameters now. It has two parameters. So this is where we now start using the keyword super. So let me explain what the super keyword does. Every time you see the super keyword in programming, just know it refers to the parent class. every time you see the super keyword, it's just a reference of the parent class. Always, always. So right now, I recall us having type. Here I'm going to say herbivore. I'm not sure if a zebra is a herbivore or not, but yeah, but I don't think it's a carnivore. So an integer doesn't have what? It doesn't have quotation. Sorry, double quotation. So for the age, we can say just say 24. It's 24 years old. Ne? Okay, so perfect. So right now, we want to display this. The animal has stripes, right? And let's just come here. The animal has stripes and is a herbivore, and sorry, let me just do this, and it's this much years old. So here's something dope. These two parameters have been initialized from the zebra class, not from this class. They've been initialized from the zebra class. Right now, if we can run this, we're expecting to see the age, we're expecting to see the herbivore, and we're also expecting to see I am a zebra. So as you can see, that's the output. That's the output. This is a very, very good thing to know, because this is like the foundation of Java, literally. So you should know how to play around constructors. So this is where constructors shine, because we can overuse, so not overuse, we can reuse things, we can set, we can initialize variables in different classes. And yeah, and constructors, with constructors, the nice thing is that we do not have to to call the method. The only condition for a constructor to be executed is if and only if we create the object. So let's just prove that, right? Let's just prove it. Let's remove this guy and see what do you think will happen. So what will happen is that nothing will be displayed, because the only condition for a constructor to be what? To be executed is if the object is created. So right now, when I run this, I should see nothing. If I see something, trust me, I need to go back and study. So the only condition for a constructor to be ran is if the object is created. So yeah, I believe that's the fundamentals of the super keyword and constructors. So we know what the super keyword does now. We know what constructors are. Let's come here. We know what constructors are. Constructors, it's when we have an object, sorry, a method that has the same exact name as the class name. Make sure always the name of the object should be the same as the name of the class. They should be the same in order for you to what? To create a constructor. So yeah, I believe that's all, guys. That's all regarding constructors. Constructors are very flexible. There's even more to explore. Yeah, but this is just the basics of constructors. Okay, so thank you for your time. My name is Emita. Please subscribe, please like, yeah, and please share these videos. We can help a lot of students. Thank you.